each other. It'll help you to cope.
Maybe you're right. Maybe this is just what I need.
Oh, yeah, good for you, Dorothy.
Of course, breaking the news will not be easy.
Want my advice? Wait a couple of hours before you do. Stuff like this could put a real damper on happy hour.
You still want to dance? How can you do that?
Still early. Remember that restaurant in Sicily we used to go to on Sundays? I'd save up all week for one plate of pasta that we'd share.
With checkered tablecloths, the candle of the Chianti bottle, bad paintings of the Colosseum.
I have to say what I feel.
Miami has so much appeal.
A great place to get a seafood meal.
Miami.
When suddenly this big basil tree
Mom,
jumped...
what the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense.
I was hoping the late hour would help to mask that. I don't have a story about taking advantage of a dead guy for money. I got a great story about a Moroccan and a monkey. That really comes under the...
Understand anymore? You don't even like him. You practically begged me to go out with him to get him off your back. Now you're angry because I didn't have a terrible time? Why do you care?
Oh, I don't know. I just know I'm terribly upset because I'm letting this get me terribly upset. Oh, Blanche, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Listen, last night...
50. Finding 2 gray hairs is no reason to eat a whole cheesecake.
I found the 2 gray hairs in the cheesecake. So I threw it out. Hi, girls. I figured this might happen, so I went out and bought a cheesecake.
Oh, Rose, that's great.
What's really great is it's overpriced. I don't know why Frank Sinatra sings about it. New Yorkers are all sickos. We could go to Hollywood.
Sure, good choice. No sickos there.
Sophia, honey, please. We're trying to make a very difficult decision here.
Oh, excuse me, not a...
I pass.
Me too. I'm not touching that.
I mean, I put on 12 pounds just from dinner alone.
Let's go for a walk. Right, burn it off.
Are you kidding? After what we ate, we'd have to walk...
God, you gave me a lot of laughs.
Ma.
That's it. Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Well, then you know what I mean about being around athletes. It's fun, and you know what they call them. Jocks. Isn't that simply delicious?
Blanche, I don't think this is going to work. Come on, you don't know... Suspected.
Now I know why they say lying out in the sun is dangerous.
Oh, Sophia, we've only been out here for a little while. I don't think at your age you need to worry about wrinkles.
Who's talking about wrinkles? I can't get...
Ma, you want the bed facing the TV or the one next to the window?
I want the bed next to Burt Reynolds.
Fine, I'll take this one. Ma, you all right?
Yeah. Just a little relapse from the...
That it was not about sex. There's a lot more than that to Blanche Devereaux. My dream was to be a great scientist, work in a laboratory, do research, find a cure for the common cold.
You know, Blanche, I owe you an apology. I really thought...
Then I'd knock all those test tubes off the table, grab a PhD, and show those lab rats. Think about it, Blanche. Oh, damn, I don't want that to happen.
Then I suggest you apologize.
I know Rebecca is a grown woman, but to me, she's still just a little girl. Now, how do you say I'm sorry to your own child, especially after all...
Here we are, Sophia, the perfect after-dinner treat. A nice dish of Jell-O. I hate Jell-O. If God wanted peaches suspended in midair, he would have filled them with helium. What? Eat it, Rose.
I've just never known how to turn them off. You tell him, Dorothy.
I would, Blanche, but remember, we just want to turn him off, not drain the sex drive completely out of him.
You know, I've always
Look, there's a tar salesman.
Oh my God, it's a tar salesman!
Hello and welcome. I hope you're all enjoying yourself, but it's now the moment we've all been waiting for.
Oh, I'm tired of being Cindy Peoples. Her life is almost as boring as mine.
Now let's go home,
Okay,
Dorothy.
Blanche.
And now,
Wasn't this in my time? When I see he's holding a machine gun, so I decide to take his advice. I move, rat-a-tat-tat, everybody's falling like flies on your Aunt Regine.
You're letting your imagination run wild, Papa. This is Chicago, not Sicily. You're just a little...
And then, you're gonna love this. Dom DeLuise takes me by the arm and insists I tell Bert the story.
Sophia, I don't want to hear any more about it.
Not even the part when Bert and Dom insisted I repeat the story to Lonnie Anderson?
That's it? I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, Cinderella's back.
Feel better. They make the most terrific root beer float. They have that old-fashioned root beer.
Look, Rose, get off the float. Just get to the point.
Well, after I drank it, I started to get sad again. And then I saw the answer right in front of me.
What?
A help wanted sign.
Oh. And?
I am...
You're telling me that you're not going to take me back? Yes, Stanley, that's right. Let me get this straight. You're definitely not going to take me back? Look, Stanley, I'm sorry. Dorothy, I'd like to hear the rest of this, but I better get down to the lobby and grab Chrissy before somebody else does.
George, just back from Dallas, surprised me with the most beautiful diamond earrings. I love him so much it takes my breath away. Ours is a love so pure, so complete, it'll outlast time itself. I'll have the earrings appraised next week. Say that proves that
Fior Jr. He didn't want to follow in his father's footsteps. He thought scum was beneath him.
You know, I just realized the best reason of all to join this walkathon.
What's that, Ma?
I get away from this ditz for a whole day.
We tell Dorothy we want to go to Hollywood? Why don't we? As soon as she gets up. Hey, to Hollywood! To Hollywood!
Morning. I guess you ladies didn't recognize...
Sunday dinner, help himself to some food, take it into the living room, turn on one of those radio countdown shows, and belch to the music. Well, finally, my mother told me that I just had to break it off, and of course I knew she was right. So I rehearsed my speech, and I made arrangements to meet him at a coffee.
That's a man and you're a man. You're both men. Clayton, you're that thing that everyone said Olga Larson's nephew was because he wore paisley clogs and gave out puff pastry.
From California. So it's you or nothing. Please, Dorothy, if we win this thing, I can die a happy woman.
Ma, I refuse to be a part of your neurotic need to be number one. Now just let it go.
How many challenges do I have left in life?
You don't have your Wait a minute, you have mine.
I gave them to you.
hold everything. I think my purse is missing too.
So is mine. Girls, you know what this means? Somebody snuck in here while we were asleep and grabbed our dough.
You are. That's a joke. You see, Blanche didn't mention that you were twins.
Oh, well, I never met Bob until tonight.
Blanche, I told you we were exactly alike.
Dorothy, you're going to be thanking me for years to come.
Well, excuse me. I didn't realize it was Gag Up on Rose Day.
I have been cooped up listening to your stupid stories for 3 days now. You're just lucky it isn't String Rose Up from a Tree Day.
Well, I'm not going to let you two gloomy gusses raid on my parade. I'm just...
Can I still hang out with my friends?
No.
Wrong answer.
Ma, I'm not being arbitrary. I am worried about you. All your friends are in their 80s. You're driving at night, sometimes in bad weather. You go to restaurants and eat spicy food, and then you're sick for 3 days. I'm sorry, Ma, I just can't say yes.
But I still wanted it to be just mine, you know, and I was afraid that you might take that part away, and I was feeling jealous and lonely and God knows what else.
Magenta.
Excuse me?
Magenta. That's what I call it.
Stan, from the fundraiser?
I remember. Come on in. Uncle Angelo, Ma, I hope you don't mind. Stan and I are going to go into the kitchen and talk.
Hey, great party the other night, Angelo.
Stanley, I appreciate you coming here tonight, but I've decided I'm not going out with you.
Blanche, I have looked all over the house. I cannot find your earrings. But I found the Julio Iglesias tickets. Boy, we had great seats. Blanche, I feel just awful about this.
Just forget about it, Rose. I never intended...
You will never see the...
Children, kids, it's up to you. I mean, if you want to save us and not have us eaten by Foxy Loxy, applaud. I mean it. I mean, clap now if you want to see the goose and the chicken and the turkey live. Come on, put your little...
Out with these things. You're involved in all the charities. You sent a contribution to save the rich.
I have charity work burnout, Dorothy. In the last 3 months, I have helped with so many raffles and bake sales and car washes. I have to draw the line.
Well, I guess I'll manage somehow.
Sophia, we've come this far. Just think about the money. Think about it so hard that you block out everything else. Especially him.
Hi, I'm Timmy. What's your name?
None of your business. Leave her alone.
Ma, the nurse wants...
Just achingly unbearable peak.
Oh, come on, Blanche. You really think a full moon can do all that?
Well, just in case, I'm also filling a watermelon with tequila. But it's not just a full moon, Dorothy. It's a leap year's full moon. Anything can happen. All your dreams can...
With mine.
Oh, what?
Rose used it.
Ma, that is just ignorant paranoia.
Hey, I'm making progress. Yesterday I was using the bathroom down at the Shell station.
You know, it's attitudes like that add to the panic about this. Now, what is wrong with you?
Hey, one little slip and you're all over my back. It won't happen again. Relax.
No, she never could help Mama because she had heart flutters, and she never could take gym class, no, because she had a tip uterus, and she never did any housework because she had a spastic colon. Now, she has attached kidneys.
That girl is some kind of mutant.
Are you happy today?
Oh, my God. We're being bugged. Who is it, immigration?
Ma, what are you talking about?
Happy? I'm happy, all right. Happy to be a citizen of the United States of America. People. Isn't that right, Rose?
No, it was because in the drought of 49, their house melted and kept the town from dehydrating.
Listen, Ma, I have an idea. Why don't you come and play golf with Raymond and me?
I would love to, but I don't own any ugly...
Don't do this to me. You're my two best friends.
How do we know you're telling the truth about that?
Well, I guess you don't.
Because they don't add a swimsuit competition.
Doesn't she have the most adorable little sneeze?
Oh, Dorothy, you scared me. What are you doing up so late?
Honey, Do you know what's behind that wall that you're banging on?
A lateral fusion pipe.
And do you know what's on the other side of that lateral fusion pipe?
No.
My head!
I'll never be cured, but I know now I can live without drugs my whole life, one day at a time.
I'm just glad you got that monkey off your back.
I never had a monkey on my back. Although when I was a child, I had a chicken named Gordon. Oh, and what a great...
Look, kid, you can just kiss my patootie. Now, this is our room and our John, and if you have to go, why, the jungle's that away. Come on,
Because you suspected I wasn't your daughter?
No, because I was in labor for 38 hours. And the doctor who delivered you bought his obstetric tools from a restaurant supply store. Now stop talking crazy and go to bed. Good night.
You didn't tell them that, did you, Rose?
I didn't have a chance before I could tell them my qualifications. They told me I was too old.
Well, they can't do that. That is age discrimination. Rose, you can fight this.
What do you mean? What should I do?
Disappointed. My mother wasn't exactly honest in sending in that picture.
I knew that. I have quite a few Janet Gaynors and frames around my house. Believe me, when you've been in a deep depression for a year and a half, nothing phases you.
Well, Eddie, what?
My turn to cook dinner. What does everybody want?
Nothing for me, thanks. I'm not hungry.
Oh, now, honey, don't let this get to you. It's something you can't do anything about.
I've always believed you can fix a problem, no matter how big it is, if you just put your mind to it.
How are you going to fix this nuclear war thing? By writing a letter to President Reagan?
Well, now that would be pretty stupid. Chicken? Count Bessie is a showbiz chicken. Wait till you see this.
A showbiz chicken. What's she do, play the piano?
She plays the piano. You just wait till you see this. Okay, honey, come on, it's showtime.
When suddenly this big basil tree...
Ma, what the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense.
I was hoping the late hour would help to mask that. I don't have a story about taking advantage of a dead guy for money. I got a great story about a Moroccan and a monkey. That really comes under
how expensive health care is for the elderly. You know, some folks have lost their life savings. I mean, people ought to write their congressman or something. In fact, I am so touched. When you cut my check, don't make it out to me.
That's beautiful, Blanche.
Make it out to Hal by Robert.
Honey! Oh!
Hello, Princess.
Daddy.
Oh,
Oh, honey, so good to see you again.
You look wonderful.
I guess you have some pretty big news for us, huh, Kate?
Rose, why don't give them their privacy?
And what does this have to do with the diary?
Suddenly I'm on Nightline. Are we just trying to tell a story here?
There's no point, Sophia. They've done something terrible, and I'll never be able to forgive them.
Rose, isn't there anything we can do?
No, absolutely not. I'm unyielding on this.
Rose, can't you think of anything that'll make us still be friends?
No, this time you've crossed the line.
Jimmy,
Forgot your sweater, Dorothy.
come in. How did you get here?
I walked.
Well, I'd like you to meet my roommates, Rose and Blanche.
Hello. Hi, would you like us
No, I gotta start getting used to people. Dorothy,
to look good at this wedding.
Look, Ma, I don't know how to break this to you.
Gently, I'm old.
Giuseppe Mangiacavallo has had a fabulous life. He's in his 80s, is a multimillionaire, and enjoys perfect health.
Well, it's a very slow-acting curse.
So it would appear.
Now, come on, let's take your things inside.
You know, Dorothy, I just thought of something. Lorraine's family's going to be black, too, aren't they?
Yes, Rose. You know, you could probably make them feel welcome if you do your version of that dance that the Huxtables do at the beginning of the Cosby Show.
Why do I feel like I just fell through the looking glass?
can you, of all people, say something like that?
Well, Rose Nyland, I have never lived with a man without the benefit of marriage.
Excuse me, Blanche. I think what you mean is you have never lived with...
Don't let your ego get involved.
My ego is not involved. Look, I'm nobody special, Ma. I'm just an average citizen. I saw another citizen and I reached out. A man changed his life and I'm just somebody who helped him do it. Me, Dorothy Spornak, miracle worker.
Rose, don't talk to me. Don't try to cheer me up. Just leave me alone. I am angry, and I'm going to stay angry. Stop it. Dorothy, it just doesn't make sense. Why was Chest who fits into the costume?
Dorothy, maybe we better run the lines.
Oh, isn't he the greatest?
Yeah, the great ones always throw in a back rub.
What?
Have either of you seen Patrick? Yes, he's off rehearsing lines.
What do you want him for?
I want to give him this. Oh, I'll give it to him.
Broccoli or cream corn?
Rose, you're terribly upset. Corn, please.
I'm not upset. I couldn't care less.
I guess I owe you an explanation.
You owe me a lot more than that. Why didn't you ever come to visit me?
Rose, I stayed away because I...
News, I think we best all go warn the king.
And off they went. On their way, Henny Penny, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey came upon Foxy Loxy.
Ladies, why are you in such a hurry? Stop.
Celibacy?
Oh, just let me get a popsicle. I'll be right with you.
Blanche, I'm worried. That's all you've been living on for 2 weeks.
Well, if I don't eat the popsicle, how am I going to get to the stick?
I'm glad you found a hobby, but I don't think Blanche Devereaux is going to be happy making things out of popsicle sticks.
The kids leave and our husbands die. Is that some kind of a test? You don't work that hard. You don't go through everything you go through to be left alone. We are alone, Dorothy. We really are. Our families are gone and we're alone. The morning light is the best light to paint by, you know. Oh, I like this painting. And I'm getting better at it all the time. Pretty soon I'll be able to copy St. Olaf's most famous religious painting, The Last Pancake Breakfast.
Guess.
Nobody asked you.
Was I talking to you? I'm talking to my daughter. To me, you don't exist.
And who's driving you to your niece's wedding in California?
Salvador, you're upsetting Papa. Would you please find a mechanic? It's freezing in here.
Of course it's a freezing in here. Mr. Ziti for brains decides to take a shortcut through Chicago.
As beautiful as you.
Well, I too have a confession to make. I got scared too. 3-4 times a week. Depending upon how often the phone rang.
I don't know what you have been complaining about, Dorothy. I think this is a very good hospital and a perfectly lovely room. Isn't it a lovely room, Rose?
Very lovely. I just keep wondering how many people have never left this room.
Ma, what's the matter?
I can't sleep all night long, tossing and turning. I'd get more rest on Space Mountain.
I'm sorry, Ma. I can't help it.
Hey, I could live with the tossing and turning. Your cold feet are what's driving me crazy. It's like having 2 size 9 fudgicles pressed up against my butt.
Rosy cheeks, the bright smile, the distant, not quite there expression.
She looks that way every day. What's your...
Rose has been with the man.
So what if I was with Ernie?
With Ernie? Oh, isn't that wonderful? Oh, honey, congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Della, you've got lots of spirit, just like your beautiful mama.
Thank you.
This has gone far enough.
What's gone far
I was talking to her. Look, from now on, she'll be Ma number 1, and you're Ma number 2. I think I'm slowly going out of my mind.
All right. Enough.
Tomorrow, I'll go to the hospital and have a blood.
Morning, Blanche. Morning, Ma. You sleep well?
No, I have that recurring nightmare. You know, the one where I'm in bed with Warren Beatty, and he says, sorry, this is too sick even for me.
Do we have the ingredients for Geflügelburgen?
Come on, Rose, get...
Her name was Uma Van Heflin. No relation. Although she too collected string. Well, one
Rose, stop yourself. You're doing two of them at the same time.
I know, and I'd like to try to handle it.
Tired.
We hadn't seen anyone that came close, and we had a lot of fabulous candidates for. No, we were pretty much decided on who.
You kept a diary about raising 2 pigs.
You know another way to get a 4-H pig diary badge?
Oh, my God. There's been a terrible misunderstanding. What do you say we just forget the whole thing?
A little dinky play.
With that... Gee, Ma, I don't know if this was such a good idea.
I think you're right, Dorothy. Maybe I should have done my own hair. I've been doing it for years.
That's why it looks like something you buy on a stick at halftime.
Okay, everybody out. Goodbye. Out. Get out.
Really?
I'm going over there to kill her. I'll be back in time for Wheel of Fortune. Open up, you tramp. I know you're in there. Who is it? You can run, but you can't hide. Run, I can barely walk.
Everyone? I was supposed to speak at a funeral this afternoon, and now I can't, but I'd still like to give my speech.
Lucy is such a liar. Oh, she sure is. Since Patrick got into town, he's been seeing me.
Places, everyone.
C.
They're both imposters.
Run, Ma, run.
Dorothy?
Do you see what you've done? You've upset Kim Von Toy.
Dorothy, she's not kidding.
Oh, my God, somebody get help!
Which one of these necklaces do you think looks better with this dress, this gold chain, or the pearls?
They both look nice, Blanche.
I'm just not sure about the pearls. Do you think pearls nestled in the ample cleavage revealed by my clinging low-cut gown somehow might suggest I'm nothing but a cheap, easy, good time?
They might.
Well, that settles it. Pearls it is.
Meeting, Mace. I just bought a gun. You don't
know how to use a gun?
The man at the gun store taught me. In the basement, they've got a little shooting gallery, kind of like the ones at amusement parks. Except no prizes. And you shoot at little paper targets. This was mine.
It's Tom Gallagher. Blanche, you're too good for him.
Dorothy, I will never understand what it is you have against Tom Gallagher.
He is a shallow, insensitive snob who stands you up constantly.
Dorothy, there happens to be another side to Tom Gallagher that most people don't see.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm one of those people. Leave it.
Neither can I. Pretty amazing, eh, Pussycat?
Congratulations, Sophia. I am so proud of you. But I suppose this means that my work here is done. But don't you worry about me. As long as there's pain and suffering in the world, I'll be okay.
Want to go with you? Hey, Dorothy, I look out that window and I see the happy couples walking by, people walking into the supermarket. God, you want me to get on a bus and go see a counselor? I can't even shop for my own food. What I wouldn't give just to make my own dinner once.
Has the same problem. That's why he sits behind a desk. Ma, listen, I want some answers. Now, why did you prepare my favorite meal and then invite my least favorite person to come and eat it with us?
All right. I need a favor. You remember my...
Don't even think about it.
What you say?
Afternoon. Sure, I can hold. Blanche, every time I turn around, you have the baby in your arms.
I think it's just amazing. Every time I pick her up, she stops fussing and goes right back to sleep.
But you shouldn't do that. The baby won't get used to sleeping alone.
Well, you never get used to sleeping alone. I haven't.
Hopefully what we all find when we look in our
Please, I haven't been able to find those since I nursed your brother Phil. But I did find the tickets to the game show.
Sophia!
You're kidding! Oh! I forgot. I put them there for safekeeping.
Oh, Mom. Well, this is not the end, I can promise you that. Justice will be done here. I hate criminals. I just hate them. Someone's going to pay for this heinous crime. We're going to have a good old-fashioned hanging. That's right. A hanging. Only first we'll have a whipping, and then we'll have a hanging.
It's your eyesight. Then people are telling you to turn down the TV set when you can barely hear it. And you could live with that. But this, they're trying to take something from me that I just won't give. I can't let this happen, Dorothy. I can't lose my Sal. Not again.
Look, what are we sitting around here all depressed about? Just because it's Valentine's Day and our dates dumped us?
Hey, Lottie, are you full of it?
Who married my great-aunt Anna Lou Sellers, cousin to Claude Liverday, who begat Elizabeth Blassingame.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you say Claude Liverday?
Yes?
My great-grandfather told stories of Claude Liverday.
Is there any chance I could persuade you girls to join me for a murder mystery weekend?
Blanche, are you kidding? I have read every word Dashiell Hammett and Raymond Chandler ever wrote. Now, Sam Spade and Philip Marlowe have become a part of me. She had more curves than the Monaco Grand Prix and was...
1934, I was thinking, boy, am I blessed to have such a precious 2-year-old in my life.
Oh, look! Here's one of us on a bicycle built for two.
I'll never forget that spring day in 1940. I was thinking...
Ma, you're making this up!
Of course I am. How the hell should I remember? He was a gambler to his dying day. In fact, his last words were, $10 says I don't need this oxygen tank.
Why, Donald, I see by my...
What's so funny?
Oh, Marmaduke, look at how he drives that car. I love my comics. Every day, Marmaduke and Apartment 3G.
I haven't read Apartment 3G since 1961.
Oh, well, let me catch you up.
How would you like your rear end kicked across the street?
Oh, great. Here's the other $4.
Girls, there is a busload of Greek sailors out front. They want to know how many drachma there are in $8. Theater and leave the trunk open.
Goodbye.
Oh, Patrick, you're leaving so soon?
I'm afraid so.
I'll see you tonight. At the theater.
Yes, just at the theater.
Well, I must take my leave.
Don't leave your lens.
Honey,
Is something the matter?
I just got back from having my teeth worked on.
Oh, what was it? A wisdom tooth?
My dentist touched me. I think he felt my breast.
Oh, it's killer.
Well, look on the bright side. It could be good.
I was looking on the bright side.
What a day.
Why, what's the matter? Where's Magda?
You mean Flora?
Ma's class was all filled up.
Well, we'll see you soon. And Dorothy, thanks for all your help. Maybe we can get together soon and you can tell me all about that St. Olaf. Sounds like a good place to raise a daughter.
This is too much. I can't ask him to do this.
Of course you can.
Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
God, I wish I'd said that.
I don't see how doing all these chores is going to make him feel loved.
Look, Blanche, the one thing that David has never had in his life is structure. Now, doing chores will get...
Oh. Excuse me. Are you waiting for the bus to Northern Falls?
No, St. Olaf.
I've visited there. Lovely little town.
Oh, yes, it is.
Rolling hills.
He committed suicide?
In a manner of speaking, he'd have died whether he'd been here or not.
I'm so glad. Not that he's dead.
I know. I just had to tell you, you had nothing to do with it.
Thank you.
And if he had to die...
He's got his schnoz down her blouse. This begins a beautiful love affair. Kids, I was that peasant girl. And the schnoz was Charles the Mole.
Charles the Mole?
Yeah, Charles the Mole. He was the real man. Questions, and you better have the right answers. Things like, who do you like better, me or Hitler? Who's got the snappiest boots, me or Hitler? Who's got the cuter girlfriend, me or Hitler? And you always had to answer Mussolini. Otherwise, they forced you to play the lightning.
Do you want anything else?
Oh, not me, thank you. I'm too upset to eat. I may never eat again.
Blanche.
Oh, you're right. I should keep up my strength. Dorothy, something with frosting. Come here, sister, and give me a big hug.
It's just a little late to be sharing a beautiful moment, don't you think?
Where were you?
Dorothy, is this a good champagne?
Gee, it's hard to tell. The 2 for $7 sticker is covering the year of the February.
Well, I'm sorry, Dorothy, but the welcoming committee is on a budget. Now hurry up and finish arranging those flowers. Mr. Vaughn's going to be around.
It's Christmas. Look, please have some cheesecake on me, all right?
Oh, well, that's very sweet.
My pleasure.
Now I know I'm depressed. I don't even want this cheesecake.
Are you ladies having a bad Christmas?
The worst.
I'm a little down myself. I mean, it's tough working on Christmas Eve. I wish I had a little time to spend with my family.
Oh, we know exactly how you feel. We're in 2 hours.
Well, that's because we need promotion.
You know Blanche is right. It doesn't matter how good your product is, you have to know how to promote it. That sure was the case with Fritz Vanderhoeven, who owned the St. Olaf Motor Coach Company.
They built a car in St. Olaf?
They sure did.
Mr. Gordon stuff, it's Malcolm.
Absolutely, Mr. Malcolm. I come meet my roommates. Blanche, Rose, my mother, Sophia, Malcolm Gordon.
Yeah, of course, Mrs. Petrillo.
We met before. You were having a problem with my son, Phil.
Oh, right, the problem with the dress.
So nice to see you again.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Now, you two can get reacquainted on the way. These are your tickets for the concert in the park. It starts in 15 minutes, so you better hurry up now. Bye. Have a good time.
Bye.
Good night. I was never any good at blind dating. I always felt so awkward.
Oh, Dorothy, I have a surefire.
Work it in anyway. What tragedy, Rose?
I can't talk about it.
Fine.
Good. But it had to do with barbecuing elk, a big fire, and someone who lost his balance.
Got it.
Clear as a bell.
Early hours, rain or shine. Who are you to judge me?
Now, let me get this right. Dinner at your place tonight. What kind of girl do you think I am, and how could you tell so fast?
I was happy to see you here tonight, Rose. I was starting to wonder how you felt about me. Rose, is there something wrong? You hardly said a word.
Hello? Oh, look, I'm...
Oxen, for God's sake. I mean, what made him think he could carry a TV?
You know how pig-headed the Germans are.
Oh, Jake, you're never going to leave my side. In fact, I'll get you a job with me at the hospital. Oh, they have a program where animals come and visit the elderly.
Oh, why not? I mean, the day's shot anyway. Great. And after I can take you to dinner. How about that little seafood place near the Fontainebleau where we run our honeymoon? Yeah, sure. Why not? If memory serves me correctly, the last time we excused ourselves before the main course and rushed back to the hotel.
Well, it has to be better than spending it alone. I mean, see, Christmas for me is whoop, 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 whoop. Christmas for me has always been rotten and lonely as long as I can remember. I always have the Christmas spirit, but no one ever seems to notice. I never get gifts, cards, dyed eggs.
Dyed eggs, that's Easter.
Another rotten holiday.
I told him that although there was nothing between us, I couldn't see him anymore.
Oh, I've been such a creep.
I know.
I wish I could explain it, but I can't. I think some of it may be that I didn't want to share my memories. I mean, that part of my life with Stan is over. Most adorable dance I think I've ever seen. Roseanne, could I look at your hat for a minute?
Molly Brothers.
That was all true. To this day, I get flushed every time I pass a jungle gym.
Oh, come on, Blanche. That story is no truer than the one you told about you and Buzz in the lunar...
Most upsetting thing you have ever done. I am shocked. I am disappointed. I am speechless.
We're getting married.
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Bedroom. I want to lie down for a while. Ma? Dorothy, who the hell parked a Buick in my bedroom?
Home phone number. If you really want that degree, you'll use it. You catch my drift?
Oh. Oh.
It does not belong in a song.
Miami, you're cuter than an interuterine.
Here, Rose, no.
Oh, sorry, darling. I didn't mean to wake you.
Well, that's all right. I waited up for you.
I'm glad you did. I've been working on a new...
Is that it makes no difference at all in her life. It is just a concept. It is not based on reality. That will cheer her up.
Nothing will cheer me up. It has rained on my parade.
Hello. Oh, Dr. Parks, come right in.
Who is that?
The vet.
Dr. Parks, I don't believe you've met Blanche.
Well, no, he has not, because I certainly would remember it if he had. Well, I want to thank... And now, if you will excuse me, I have Gideon Bibles for everyone.
I miss sexy Grandma.
I'm sure a lot of people do, darling. I'm sure a lot of people do.
Rose? Actually, Ted Koppel was the first name that came to mind. But he looks like Howdy Doody's illegitimate son. Jim! He could end it with a poem.
He did that last time.
No, he did. Your good behavior badges. Come on now, you all know you use both fingers for the sunshine salute.
So glad those little heathens finally left.
It's a little surprise. We're not visiting Lillian as much as we're breaking her out.
What? We can't do that. I mean, that's wrong. What if we get caught?
Lillian is a great friend. Will you do it, please?
Well, okay.
Good. I'll keep the staff busy. You get Lillian.
My daughter in New York, she had one of those walk-up apartments, 5 flights up. Oh, it got harder and harder each year to climb those stairs. And finally, one year, I couldn't make it without stopping. Oh, it depressed me for weeks.
Oh, my God. Is that what I have to look forward to 15 years from now?
You know, I could really get tired of this.
Good morning, girls. Dorothy, you're a mess.
No, I just spilled orange juice on myself.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
Oh, Blanche, I'm gonna do 3 tickets to Old Blue Eyes. It's finally gonna happen.
Dorothy!
Rose, please. I went down to the auditorium today, and out front I saw a kid scalping tickets to this woman. So I figured this is my last chance. I raced over, took her aside, explained to her how much I'd always wanted to see Sinatra, and guess I got it.
All right, listen. Your silence is deafening. I didn't want to whip this one out, but I have no choice. She's been divorced. You know the rule book. We're talking eternity here.
And are we still on for dinner Thursday night?
Yes, but just so there won't be another miss. 32 years of marriage, laid off from your job at grief counseling. Hobbies, cheese making. Stamp collecting and Viking history. I'm not thrilled about my son marrying your daughter either.
Oh, yeah? Why, you got something against black people?
Of course not. And I resent the insinuation. Why, we firmly believe that all men are created equal.
That's a bunch of baloney.
Well,
it is if you don't believe me. Just turn on your TV.
Miami, you got style. Blue sky, sunshine, white sand by the mile. There's more clubs and nightclubs, all within reach. Dance the samba till morning, then lie on the beach. Each view is a Hello, hello. Hi, Blanche. How are you, sweet mother?
We're out of pepperoni.
Did you call Dan Rather?
I'm starving.
I defrosted some chicken. We'll eat in half an hour.
I can't eat chicken. It repeats on me.
Look, Ma, you don't have to make excuses if you don't want...
Gentlemen, if you'll just excuse us for a moment. Oh, ladies, I think we must do this. Now, it's our duty as American citizens.
Oh, I don't know. 2 policemen living in our house?
So what's there to be afraid of, Dorothy? Once you strip away the gruff exterior, the badge, the gun, the uniform.
Listen,
How could you have done this?
Blanche, I'm a thief. Well, actually, I was a thief. As I was driving away this evening, in your car, oh, for shame, I suddenly thought, what am I doing? For a few paltry jewels, I'm throwing away the greatest jewel of all. Oh, come on, what's on the list?
Almost finished the entire cheesecake.
Oh, what the hell? It was a special occasion.
Yeah, and it sure took my mind off of Psycho.
Listen, these can wait till morning. Let's go to bed.
Okay.
And cherish her as long as you both shall live.
I do.
And Dorothy, do you take this man to be your wedded husband? Do you promise to love, support, and cherish him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
May we have the ring, please? Repeat after me. With this ring,
We'll visit each other. It's just that we can't live together. Right?
What's going on?
Oh, we were just discussing going our separate ways.
Interesting.
You think that's what we should do?
I didn't say that.
Then you think we should stay together?
I didn't say that either.
Well, what do you think we should do?
What a surprise! I am absolutely speechless. Except
Oh no, of all the times for me to feel a sneeze coming on.
I'm not ready to go back to work yet.
are you depressed about Glenn?
No, I'm depressed because Phyllis George left the Morning News. Of course I'm depressed about Glenn. I mean, for 3 weeks he made me the happiest woman in the world.
Well, what do you think?
Ma, this is a rundown old concession stand.
You can't live here.
We're not living here. We leased it.
It took every dime we had.
Did Ma Butch and Sundance steal your seat on the bus?
Oh, a miserable day at work. That stupid manager docked me half a day's pay because I said hello to the customers.
You're not allowed to say hello to the customers?
Not at Pecos Pete's Chow Wagon. You have to say howdy. As a matter of fact, you have to say howdy, partner. How about a saddle? Why are you trying to push Michael into a job? Give him time to breathe. Let him find himself.
Ma, I'm a little concerned. He just doesn't take commitment seriously. Ma, he quits jobs, he leaves relationships. It's like they don't matter. He is 30 years old.
One day soon, Mrs. Blanche Devereaux were to become Mrs. Blanche Devereaux.
I'll alert the mailman. Grand investment, that's a $7,000 profit. Peppy gets the standard 20%, and we're left with a tidy sum for only 1 week's work.
So 20% is standard for a boxer?
It is if he doesn't speak English.
Ma, that's it. Forget it. Take him back.
To where? Customer service?
You trampoline village.
I told you, I thought you were taking me to Shady Pines. To tell you the truth, I was beginning to look forward to the chicken a la king.
Ma, you really think I was trying to deceive you?
Well, I was, but I don't anymore. Now I think you're trying to kill me.
Ma, I know you're frightened, but do you think that I would be pushing for this up?
I'm imperfect, but if you can just let her live, I promise I'll try to be a better person. And if in your infinite wisdom you decide to start the aging process on me, I will understand. And I promise.
Aren't you nice? Do you like jazz?
No, ma'am.
I've always felt there was something about a man with a tray. Is it warm in here? They could have come in the middle of the night while we slept. They could have crept up on us and cut our throats.
Now, look.
What? I thought you were the killers.
Relax, relax. I called the police. They stole my stole.
What?
My mink stole.
Oh, no. Oh. It's a partially eaten pork chop. He had beautiful teeth, didn't he?
This has to be a fake.
With emergencies in the Italian army. Help!
Blanche, what are you doing with all that candy?
Well, whenever there is a natural disaster, you know, some unscrupulous opportunist always hoards all.
Oh, I bought those big illustrated storybooks all the time.
And I bet your kids loved them.
No, they had their own books.
Ma, you've been in there for 20 minutes. Now, what are you doing?
I am having a good time.
Well, thank you, Steve. Now, here's the vitamins. Take them when you get up.
Oh, but sometimes I get up at 4 a.m. to, well, you know.
I know, boy, do I know.
Yeah, but I'm sure afterwards Stevie doesn't yell, "Help, come get me, my feet are asleep."
You also know what a handsome doctor looks like. It doesn't mean you got one.
Sophia, she's right. 3 palm trees.
$10,000. Oh, my God, we just won $10,000.
$10,000.
I don't believe it. $10,000 split 4 ways. That's almost $2,000 apiece.
Boys, Father, this is my mother, Sophia Petrillo, my roommate, Blanche Devereaux.
Blanche Devereaux, I've heard quite a bit about you.
All good, I hope.
I'm sorry, I can't reveal things learned in confession. But
Never to see one another again. Rose, one of those girls was me. The other one you probably know as Mama Celeste.
Ma, why didn't you use your key?
I left it home. I thought it would weigh me down. By the parents.
Is that what's bothering you, Sophia? Nobody asked your permission?
It's the Italian tradition. What do you think Fiddler on the Roof was about?
That's a Jewish musical.
What do you mean Jewish? I remember there was Enzo Stuani, Dom DeLuise.
Excuse me if you're trying to be a good American.
You two, please keep your voices down. I have shopped and dated extensively throughout this market.
That does it. That does it. I am shopping for myself.
Fine. Blanche and I'll do very nicely on our own.
Oh, no, I'm not shopping with you, Mary Poppins.
I don't even like loin of pork.
All right, then I'm not going in on this nightstick.
This is a pepperoni.
It's obnoxious.
Excuse me, you made a mistake. That Windex isn't on sale this week. The regular price is $1.99.
Rose, why don't you just save it for the Price is Right?
You think maybe you could hold on to something else for a while, honey?
Oh, of course, honey. I'm sorry.
Meant like the armrest.
Look, girls, I found this big bolt in the aisle. What do you think it...
Honey, I know what you're feeling. Everyone's been rejected.
And honey, the loss of your first love is the worst, the very worst.
Oh, I know. I remember mine.
It was probably a cow.
Hello, I'm Dorothy. I'm Sophia's daughter, Augustine Bagatelli. Oh. Well, I'm sure you two have a great deal to catch up on. Nice to have met you. Oh, Ma, I'll be right here in the kitchen in case he gets fresh. Sorry.
Well, I had a good time. He's very nice. But you know, the best part of it is I think I'm over my menopausal depression.
Honey, you just needed the confidence to know that you're still attractive. And Dr. Parks helped do that.
Oh, no, well, maybe a little, but I know that beauty like mine cannot fade overnight, so he didn't really have that much to do with it.
A lousy dollar?
That's the one.
I don't believe it!
We're going to be on TV!
I've been trying to get us on that show for 6 months.
Oh, girl, that
Doe is my favorite game show.
Oh, mine too, and I think Guy Corbin is the cutest host on TV. He's like Gene Rayburn, Chuck Woolery, and Bob Eubanks all rolled into one.
I thought I saw the king himself walk by, eating a giant chili cheeseburger and drinking a 36-ounce Dr. Pepper. Turned out it was an impersonator, but these are still very special mementos. And parting with them is an extremely painful sacrifice on my part.
$1.25.
$1.25? Does Ken know how you feel?
He asked me how I felt, if I had a good time, and I had to tell him the truth. I just didn't fit in with the other clowns' wives.
Dorothy, I've been thinking it might help you get your mind off this Ken thing for a while. Why don't you join up?
This is horrible. What will I wear? I don't believe I have a thing that doesn't call attention to my bosom.
Try not wearing makeup.
Ma, do you actually think that the Pope makes house calls?
He will this time. I made it crystal clear.
Right here on this stage. Pardon me? Oh, I'm sorry, that was just an ad lib.
Blanche Devereaux?
Just a moment.
Bear.
Yeah, the bear dream.
I hated that dream.
A bear is eating you. What's to love? You were so cute. You were always so polite when you woke me. Mommy, I'm having a bad dream.
Fancy wedding?
Although we are registered at Neiman Marcus.
Oh, you have pulled some stunts in your day, Clayton Hollingsworth, but this takes the cake. I cannot believe what I just heard. I refuse to have any part of this.
Oh, Blanche. Blanche! Name into this. Now move. Move, Holly, let's go. Move it. Come on.
Cannot believe it. Arrested. I've never been in jail in my entire life.
Relax, honey. That attorney I've been dating, I caught him handling melons at the A&P.
And I take it they weren't yours.
You missed my point, Dorothy. He told me he was a lawyer. Turns out he's a fruit waxer. Why do men have to put up false pretense?
Always give me the best advice about men. Who says wisdom comes from experience? The rush of adrenaline, the unspecified duration of the game.
And you should hear the cheers coming from Blanche's room on Old Timers Day.
It's nice meeting you. See you tomorrow.
Bye. Now, wait a minute. In a minute. I gotta finish this article. I love these military guys. First, they fly this top-secret bomber jet way off course. Next, they start denying it ever happened. Like nobody ever saw it flying over downtown Miami.
Rose.
Hollywood tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, we would all be ready to grab that dough! Grab that dough! Grab that dough!